Hey everyone, welcome to Otome gameplay. So today I'll be doing a game called Cinderella Phenomenon. I love this game, I've played it before, but I wanted to try it in a video. Alright, I'll start it. No, I do not need a tutorial. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were two crystals. One was the Crystallum Lucas, I guess that's what it's called, protected by the ruler of the fairies. The other was the Crystallum Tenenbaum, which was watched over by the high leader of the witches. The Lucas was sustained by love, happiness, and joy. The Tenenbaum, okay, or Tenenbaum, whatever, I'm going to say Tenenbaum, whatever it is. The Tenenbaum by fear, anger, and hatred. The fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom. They regulated the powers of the crystals in order to maintain balance between darkness and light. For there can be no joy without sadness, no courage without fear. The kingdom was at peace for a time. Then one day a traveling bard decided to write stories, tales of the magic and wonders of the kingdom. He named these stories fairy tales. In fairy tales, the light always emerged victorious and true. Love was a usual reward. The fairy tales spread further than could have been predicted. The humans of the kingdom began to believe that fairy tales were true, and that the magic of the witches was inherently wicked and cruel. The witches became hated and feared. Eventually, they were hunted by like animals. The witch hunt. The high leader of the witches, in all of her anger, created the fairy tale curse. You think we are wicked? So be it. Just as you have taken our happily ever afters, we shall take yours. The witches used the fairy tale curse to attack humans discriminately, ultimately throwing the kingdom into chaos and darkness. The ruler of the fairies, the Lucas Bearer, sought to regain peace. But the witches were blinded by their hatred for humans who were responsible for the witch genocide. A terrible war, the Great War, began. Eventually, the Tenenbaum Bearer, the high leader of the witches, was finally defeated. The Tenenbaum was lost, peace was restored, and the light once again triumphed. But darkness can never fully disappear. It waits in the shadows, patient for when its time will inevitably return. Alright, I'll leave the name loose set, because, yeah, don't want to do any other names. Okay. The prologue. Ice Princess. Okay, for a second there I couldn't read what it said. My name is Lucette Riella Britton, daughter of King Gennaro, I guess it is? Gennaro Britton III. Oops. My bad. Your turn. Yes, I've played this game before, so if you see that, there you go. I am the crown princess of the kingdom of Angel. At least, that was who I used to be. But that was before yesterday, when I became a victim of the infamous fairy tale curse. Everyone has forgotten my birthright. Now, I am nothing more than a lowly peasant. I feel like I'm stuck in a nightmare. But no, this is my reality now. I still have no idea what I must do to break the curse. I close my eyes and remember that day. It had started out as any other day. Have you heard? Another person was cursed. I'm on my way to the dining hall for breakfast when I stop and listen to the sound of hushed voices. There are two maids standing next to each other, with brooms in hand. These two are slacking off again. It's terrible. What fairy tale curse was it? They say it was Pinocchio. Pinocchio? The fairy tale with the lying boy whose nose grows longer? That's awful. I know. More and more people have been getting cursed lately. Do you think those wicked witches are up to something again? I thought the fairy tale curses would stop after you-know-who was defeated. You two were hired to work, not talk. We are sorry, Your Highness. As can only be expected from the likes of them. Another fairy tale curse. The fairy tale curse started spreading even before the Great War began. I do not have much interest in its effects, even now. After all, most humans probably deserve to get cursed. The victims are weak. Angel would be better off without the dead weight. If it were up to Mother, the cursed would have been banished from Angel the instant they fell prey to it. But Mother is not here anymore, and she will not come back ever. Princess, the king and queen are waiting for you in the dining room. In the dining hall. Oh well. I'm on my way. The king, Ophelia, and Rod are all present in the dining hall. Someone is conspicuously missing, but I ignore their absence. Good morning, Lucette. Good morning, Your Majesty. Good morning, Lucette. Lucette. Ophelia. Ophelia Windensov. Every day I wonder why my father, the king, married a lowly baker. She could never be a true queen, if she pales in comparison to Mother. I take my seat next to the king, then look up at the person sitting opposite me. Ooh, boy number 1. Rod Benedict Windensov, my stepbrother, is bored and quiet as usual. He is 2 years my junior and is the younger of Ophelia's children. He is a mute and uses a plush bunny to voice his thoughts. It was apparently given to him by a fairy. He minds his own business and is easy to deal with. But his older sister... My eyes go to the empty seat beside him. She is probably the most infuriating person I have ever had the displeasure of knowing. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was reading and forgot the time. And here she is. Good morning, dear father, mother. Good morning, Rod. And good morning to you too, Lucette. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it? Emmeline Windensov, Rod's elder sister and my stepsister. She acts as if we were blood, as if she too were born a princess, as if she could be crowned princess, perhaps steal my place. I will never let that happen. Now that everyone is here, let us begin. Butlers glide inside with silver trays to carefully serve us breakfast. Oh, Emmeline, you were reading the fairy tale books that the king bought you? Oh, yes. There were so many. Oh, yes. There are so many, and they are all so wonderful. Thank you so much. Wrong person. I was going to have the king talk like that. Thank you so much, Father. I'm happy you like them. I love them. It's so strange that the library didn't have any of them to begin with. That's because Mother hated them. She had all the books burned. But why? They are such charming stories. Fairy tales mislead humans into believing they can have things they do not deserve. Fame, riches, love, happily ever afters. And when their wishes do not come to fruition? Exactly as... And when their wishes do not come to fruition, exactly as they wanted them to, the humans blame the witches for granting them in the first place. What are you implying about the witches, Lucette? The atmosphere shifts. The air in the room is growing heavy. Well, I'm going to let this go for now. I'm going to end this video right here. I'm going to try to keep my videos around 10 minutes or so. But I hope you enjoy. Please subscribe if you like the channel, or like this video. Please. Thank you. Bye.